Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I got this look, inspired by my necklace, if it'll focus. There we go. Makeup look inspired by my necklace. And for the love of Valentine's Day, if you want to see a little tutorial on how I got this look, then just keep watching. I just want to say thank you to anyone who's been tuning into my latest videos and for subscribing, liking, and commenting. This choker or necklace is a cute little heart crystal necklace I got from Shein, and I'm centering the look around this. I'm starting off with my brows using the Maybelline Express Brow Ultra Slim Pencil in black brown. You could see my previous videos for a more detailed tutorial. And then I'm doing my skin prep, which I'm using Thayer's Milky Toner, and then the e.l.f. Thirst Burst Drops, which finished on me while filming this video. I'm devastated here. But at least I got enough for this final application. I'm really massaging it into the skin and bringing it down to my neck. Then I'm prepping my eyelids for eyeshadow with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, I believe in the shade Pure Beige. And I'm buffing that out with a random brush. And then I'm going in with some LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade White. And I'm using that on the lid and a little bit up to the crease. Because if you're my skin tone, you know that colors don't show up true on our skin. So I prefer to use like a white base to really make the color show up. And then I used the Pure Beige concealer to blend on top the brows so that it's not too white on top. And then I'm going in with the Warrior palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm using that matte nude shade, and I'm tapping that into the brow bone, and then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just tapping it on the lid and everywhere else so that it's not as tacky. And then I'm going to use these 3 shades from the Nikita palette from Morphe. And I'm using that light pink shade. You didn't see it that well because it's just a transition shade, but it helps with the blending process. Then I'm packing in the darker pink shade into my crease, and then I'm buffing it out. That's the inspo pick that I was going for. But I think I'm doing it a little bit more bold. Then I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and I'm using the pink shimmer in there. And then I'm going in with the purple shade from the Nikita palette, and I'm putting that on the outer crease. Then I'm going back in with the last brush and just making sure everything's seamless, and then going back in with the purple. When you want like a really gradient blended effect, you gotta go back and forth with your shades. And then I'm going in with this purple metallic shade from the Huda palette, and I'm adding that like between the first shimmer and the dark purple. And then I'm adding back a little bit of the first light pink shimmer because it kind of got a little lost in the blending process. Then I'm going in with some glitter. I'm using the NYX glitter glue and the NYX glitter brilliance in number 2. It's like this really light pink rose shade. You don't see it that well because the camera's not doing justice, but I digress. Then I go in with the Rimmel Scandaleyes eye pencil to kind of trace where I want to put my wing liner. And then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Cat Eye liner. I really like this liner. It has a really sharp point. Then I added my lashes off camera. These are some lashes from Amazon. The inner corner was giving me so much trouble, but I'm not going to stress it. Any tips on keeping your inner corner intact, please let me know. I've been having so much trouble lately. Then I'm going in with the Smashbox Original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. It's my favorite primer. And then I prepped my lips with some Vaseline because it was a little dry again. And then I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And I'm kind of color correcting my under eyes around my mouth. And then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation in the shade Caramel Beige 209, and I'm buffing that in with a Real Techniques brush. I'm just quickly going through this. If you're interested in a more detailed tutorial on my complexion foundation routine, you could check out my previous videos. Here's my dog Ava. She's a half Shih Tzu, half Toy Poodle mix. The cutest ever. Then I'm going with the LA Girl Pro Concealer again to now conceal and highlight. And I'm going to mix that with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer in the shade Cashew. This is my preferred placement. And then I'm buffing it in with the same brush I used for foundation. And I'm using this little Morphe finger sponge that came with a brush bag that I got and set. And I like it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I like it. Then I set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey Setting Powder. I really like this powder. Never does me wrong. And then I'm going to contour my face with this About Face foundation in the shade D1 Olive. It's my summer shade, but I do enjoy using it as a contour because I still have those shades in my shoulders and the rest of my body, so it just makes everything all cohesive for me. And I'm using the same foundation brush to buff everything in. On a daily basis, I don't use a bunch of different brushes. Then I'm going in with two blushes here. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Bora Bora and the Huda Cheeky Tint Blush Stick in Baddie Berry. And then I'm using a different brush, but it looks like the same foundation brush. So I just wanted to show you guys that it's a different brush to blend out the blush. I was going for like a little ombre Barbie kind of pink look, but I felt like I needed to add some more. It wasn't giving what it needed to give. But after this second application, then I liked how it looked. Then I'm highlighting my inner corner with an old palette, the Anastasia Aurora palette. I'm using the light purple shade to kind of keep the theme going with all the pinks and purples. And then I'm adding some mascara. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara. And then I'm adding some powder blush. This is the Juvia's Blush palette in Volume 4. And this is one of the new Morphe brushes. I've been using some new Morphe brushes and I really like them. I bought some new ones I'm going to open on camera. I think I'm going to use with my upcoming client. So I'll definitely film that and let you guys know how I like them. And I'm going in with an old discontinued Huda highlighting palette. It's broken, but I still use it. And then I'm highlighting my nose, cupid's bow, brow bone, and then I do my eyebrow touch-ups. And then I'm setting my face with the NYX Bear With Me 8-hour multitasking spray. Dry that down with a fan. Then I use the Milani Make It Last 16-hour setting spray and dry that down as well. One for, melting all the powders, and then one for keeping the makeup long-lasting. Then I'm wiping off the excess Vaseline from my lips to prep them for my lip combo. And I'm running the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner under my lower lash line. And then I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Perfection Powder to highlight my under eyes. It's in the shade 20 Translucent Light. And I'm taking it under my cheeks too, just to mattify the little areas that are glowing a little too much. Then I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Finish powder in NC47, the discontinued version, or like it's not the reformulated one. And I'm dusting away the excess powder with that. And then I'm using MAC's Chestnut Lip Liner to line the outer part of my lips. And then I'm gonna go in with the Italia Deluxe Ultra Fine Lip Liner in the shade Burgundy, which is from a set on Amazon. And I'll link all these products definitely in the description box for you guys, so you can check them out if you're interested. So yeah, I'm using the Chestnut Lip Liner first, and then the Burgundy within that one, and I'm blending the two. Then I was deciding which of these 4 liquid lipsticks to use, and then I decided to use this shade called Lover. This is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink lipstick, liquid lipstick. And then, yeah, in 15 Lover. And then I'm gonna use the shade Dreamer 10 on the center here, and kind of like create an ombre, a little pink mauve ombre vibe. I felt like it was the perfect lip combo to match with the eyes. I don't know, is it too matchy? Should I have gone with just a regular nude? You guys let me know if you like this lip combo. You can leave it matte like this, or add gloss, which I did. I used to be a matte girly, you know, I'm a 2016 girly, but lately I've been liking gloss. You know, if my hair is not down and getting into the gloss. So yeah, I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair, or Eclair, however you pronounce that. And it's such a cute milky pink shade, and it blended out perfectly with this combo. I'm deciding what to do with my hair. I put up a little piece here with like a little hair clip, but I don't know, I wasn't really feeling the vibe. It's cute, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like I want to experiment more with some more hairstyles. I took it out. But this is the finished look. The lash inner corner is my only issue with this look. But other than that, I really like how it came out. I really like how it matched the necklace like I intended it to. My skin looks really, really good. I don't know what I did different. Because it's looking extra smooth. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to do this look for Valentine's Day in advance, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's here now. A close-up on the lips, because these lips were giving. I really ate with this combo. I know it was like a lot of products, but usually when you experiment, that's how things come out the best. Thanks for watching. Bye!